What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. So here we are playing more Train Sim World 2. We're on the new rush hour route, the German route, and here we are just doing a service for today. Now, I wanted to jump in and just show you initially, because I know that I forgot to do this at the end of the last video. Typical. I did want to show you all the different locomotives that you have available here, especially in the services section, in what the timetable I think it's called now. So what you can see here is we've got the Talent 2, we've got the Intercity train, we've got this little BR363, we've got the BR185.5, BR146, BR143, and 766. We've also we're back round to the Talent 2. But so I wanted to jump in and show you this route from the perspective of the Intercity train. So the ICE, the BR406DB. So what we'll do is we'll select this one, and let's take a look at some of these options here. So Frankfurt to Dresden, I think we'll do 10:59. So we'll just hit this one, and we'll get cracking. So if you've never seen this route before, this is a great way to check it out, because you get to see the entire route. You don't have any stops on this one as such. It's just a straight flow through, I believe, if we just take a quick look on the thing. Yeah, so just taking a quick look at the timetable. Oh, it looks like we've got two stops, actually. We've got one. Okay, so there's two different stops at Dresden. Okay, one at 11:23 and one at 11:29. I believe this route's going to take us looks like about half an hour altogether, which is fine. So we'll just hide this one. So the first thing that we're going to do is to jump down here, and we're going to... our reverse is already in forward. We're on battery power at the moment, which can be selected from this box, which I'll just show you here, just in case you do ever start a scenario or route. You want to be in here, and you want to be selecting the battery here, just to get you started, because we do need to connect up the power. As you can see on the screen here, it's showing one red mark at the moment, which means that there's no power. So what we want to do is raise the pantograph like that. As you can see, this has now turned blue. And then we're going to close the main circuit breaker. Yep, and that sound just sort of helps us to recognize that the sort of power is now on. So what we can do now is just open the door. Okay. Once again, this confusion between what actual control method we're using. So we need to hold down in order to select the doors. They should now be open. We'll use the keyboard because we can't use the... okay, we're not going to get it with that one. We'll use the keyboard just to see if the doors are opened, and yes, they are. So yeah, still issues with the controls here in terms of what's happening. I still find it quite difficult to maneuver ourselves around. Oh, there we go. That one's working now. Okay. Unfortunately, though, we can't move the oh, there we go. We can move the camera. So here's this little shunter, which I wouldn't mind a go at one time. I think that could be a good one. Let's just see if we can get the doors locked from the external camera here. There we go. Are the doors locked? There we go. We'll give it a little toot on the whistle. There we go. That sounds a bit rough from this perspective, but okay, so I believe the train brakes are released, so we can get a bit of power on now. Listen to that squeak. Typical of this sort of high-speed train, to be fair. We'll just watch it come out the station from this angle, I think. Beautiful. Right, let's get a bit more power on. We'll get this thing moving. Once we're sort of moving like that with these high-speed trains, it's always the same thing. You just have to get it moving a bit, and then you can get a bit more power on. So there we go, we're nicely on our way. We'll just jump back into the cab. So we're just approaching our first speed limit here, but we are going to be going up to 120. So we'll just let it roll on, I think. There we go, it's jumped up to 120. What I will do is I'm going to set this speed control to 120, and then I am going to just ease back on the power. And what I'll do is, just making sure we've still got green signals, keeping an eye on those, I'm going to jump into the, I think it's this screen, there we go. Okay, that's good. And what I'll do is select 9. So this AFB, it's an automatic power setting, so you saw me adjust that handle to 120 kilometers. We're going to have to slow down, to be honest with you. So what we're going to do is select this option, if I can actually get on it. So 9 and 6 there. And as you can see, that's automatically adjusting our speed. If I come out of here and then go back to our normal driver's seat view, you should be able to see that the speed's automatically reducing to sort of match that limit that we've set. I'm now going to push the power handle all the way forward so that any adjustments that are made to the power are done as quickly as possible, whether that's slowing down or speeding up. So I'll show you what happens if we adjust this now. As you can see, the train starts to brake and it will come down to 100 kilometers, but we want to be at that 120k limit at the moment just to keep things moving. As you can see, the scenery here is very nice indeed. We'll drop a camera here. So there we go. Got some nice stuff going on. Very nice indeed. I love the way this breakup happens here. We take a look on here, you can see that there is a line going off in that direction, although it does come to an end around about there, unfortunately. We'll come back and we'll take a look from inside the driver's seat again. As you can see, we're motoring along very decently right now. So you can't drive any scenarios with this train. Well, none that come with the DLC, the route pack, but you can most likely invent your own scenarios, although I've never had a go at doing that. But this service is a good way to see the entire route in the daylight, and it is a stunning route by all means. And at this sort of speed, it really does give you a sense of being behind the controls of an extremely powerful and fast train. I really do enjoy it. I sort of got started with this service a day or so ago, just to see what it would be like from this perspective, and I stopped it because I just thought it would be a good option to get some of this footage captured, and I didn't want to spoil the experience by running it myself. Man, that was a delight, just passing that other train there. But the other thing to notice is we will have, I would imagine, all green signals as we go as well. I could be wrong, but yeah, the signals should be pretty consistent because we are the express train, so we should be getting pretty much through. We should have the priority over any sort of regional lines, and also any goods trains. We should have the priority. So yeah. Looks like we've got a speed limit change to 130 k's coming up in about 3 kilometers. Our first stop is 35 kilometers away, but we're going to be eating that up really at this sort of speed. Looks like it's going to be about 13, what's that, say 16 minutes away. We'll probably get there a lot quicker than that though, to be fair. It's a nice little rumble from the industrial area here. some nice scenery that you don't really get to see too much of because it's hidden away behind these trees. But if you dump a camera down and just take a look around like this, it can be quite nice. I certainly like the countryside and the buildings that you'll see around as well. So we've got a speed increase to 130 k's coming up. Oh, there were a few strange noises there. So we've got a little increase in speed now by 10 k's, so this train will quickly eat up that up to 130 k's with no problem whatsoever. There we go. I was hoping that speed limit was going to kick in there. It has. Although we haven't gone up all the way to 130 as of yet. Got another speed increase in about 1k to 160 kilometers. So, yep, we'll get that sorted as well. We'll get that dialed in. But yeah, I think at this sort of speed, as I say, we shouldn't have any problem reaching our destination very quickly. I also feel as if we could, if we wanted to, switch on a few safety mechanisms, like the driver's safety mechanism, in order to make it a little bit trickier if we wanted to. So we could do that in that same control panel back there. We just basically switch off the isolation for that, and then we would use these controllers here. So the PZB, override and release and acknowledge. So it would mainly be the acknowledge that you would do as you were driving along. Literally what happens is you get a little alarm every now and again, and you have to throw that acknowledgement just to say that you've received the alarm. And if you don't, you get the emergency brakes basically, which is not ideal, you know. And once you've thrown that, it can be, once the emergency brakes have come on, it can be a different breakdown a system for each train in order to get the thing moving again. You often sometimes have to disengage the circuit breaker. Sometimes you have to switch off the reverser, for example. I did it on this train and I wasn't too sure how to come out of that, so yeah, what I do need to do is increase the speed here though to 160. So as we do that, you see the power goes flying up. So the amount of electricity power that's being used in order to propel the train increases, and then slowly decreases as we accelerate, as the train picks up speed. We are going slightly uphill now as well, so there is that. And yeah, it's just a case of keeping an eye on things. Oh, we're just going over a little road there. That's a nice little scene, as the cars come flying up to the corner and then suddenly brake. They need to work on a couple of things like that, I think. But generally speaking, it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world when you're driving at speed in the train. You sort of don't notice these things so much. It's a nice little thing to see the road there at all from the train view. Another little warning there. Not too sure what that was for, but yep, it is there. As you can see, the embankment there up to the left. So we're sort of powering on. Look at this track action here. This design as we meet this track, and then yeah, we just sort of hit those points pretty quick there. And this line, the higher line's coming down to meet this one on the left. Very nice indeed. So that type of thing, you know, I tend to give this Rush Hour DLC a bit of a hard time because of the issues that they've had with it, but and the sound as well when you're going over those junctions is just great. Just great. It just sounds wonderful. We do have a speed restriction coming up soon to 120, back down to 120 k's. We will be looking to do that. So what I'm going to do now is just get in here now that we've got a k to go and just set this again. And just let the train slow down, although it's coming down pretty quick there. It's coming down nicely. Maybe not quick enough, but we'll see what happens here. I might have timed it just right. Oh, only just within the limits there. Only just within the limits. Once it goes red, you're sort of well and truly breaking the speed limit, but if it's sort of yellow like that, you're only just over. So, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Just keep it going like this. We'll take another look at our map, overhead map. I love this design. So we must have took this line. So we started around here, yeah? So we came down. We must have taken this line. Gone over this track at one point, which I didn't see. We're now travelling down here at speed. Passing another train here. Goods train. Nice to see. Great to see, in fact. We might have to have a go with a goods train at some point, although those goods trains are usually sort of end-to-end trains as well, similar to what we're doing. But yeah, I guess we're on the expressway. This corner here might require us to slow down to take. We'll see, we'll see. Where's our station? Okay, so we've got a station here. So, to access that station, we're going to have to come down this line. So instead of branching off down here like we did in the opening scenario on my other video, we're going to come down here, by the looks of things, go to this station, and then our final station will be somewhere around here. We'll have to see, I guess. We'll see what happens. I've never been down here, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, we've got an increase to 140 k's coming up again. About 19 k's to our destination platform. And if I was a passenger on this train right now, I'd be feeling very comfortable with this sort of speed. And yeah, I mean, just look at the way we're cutting through this countryside. It would be a beautiful view. I imagine if you decide to jump on one of these trains in the free roam mode and to look out the window, I'm sure you'd have a great time. I might give it a go. So we're going back up to 140. We'll ease this up now. Hopefully, no, we're going to accelerate too fast. Let's take it easy there, Tiger. We don't want to be breaking the speed limit too much, that's for sure. $140, then 160. Wow, this countryside, this little village here looks great. Let's not worry too much about the speed just for a moment. Let's take a look at this. Look at that shot. I mean, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, really. I mean, I'm looking forward to jumping in the passenger trains on this one as well, because, you know, the sort of regional trains, because to stop at these platforms is going to be fantastic. Okay, let's... we're going to be going up to 160 here. Wow, I'm loving this. I'm really loving this now. These buildings here, obviously we're hidden away behind this wall here, but to be able to look beyond this and just be able to see it is fantastic. Let's take one more look from outside. Great stuff. I love it, love it, love it. Just as the train disappears off into the distance there, it's just fantastic to see. And the draw distance is there as well, pretty much, which means we can get to see it disappear like that. That certainly wouldn't have happened before. Not to that degree anyway. Just to see the houses here as well. I mean, there will be some repetition there in the design and the drawings, but yeah, I mean, in the modelling, it looks like they've done enough of a job on them to make them very different, at least to the you know, to the naked eye, to the initial look. I think you see a couple of houses repeated there, the smaller ones, but I guess that would be fairly normal anyway, for smaller houses. Let's have a look over this side. So we've got a speed restriction coming up, drop down to 130. So we'll do that now. So we should be slowed down in time for this one, to be fair. Alright, this is that corner that we were talking about. Taking it at speed. A little bit of lean by the looks of things. Look at that. Very cool. Very cool. Wow, I really love seeing this from the external cameras right now. Bypassing this platform as well here, which would have been on that outer lane there. So we've bypassed all this section by doing that. And are now heading towards... looks like our station will be in around about 10 kilometres, so not too far away now. We'll be looking to ease down soon enough. I think using this automatic control will start to slow down soon. I'll tell you what we'll do actually. I think what I'll do is just, if I can figure it out quickly, is to disengage. I think it's this one. No? Okay, that one's working. Why wouldn't it let us use this one? FTBRs. Okay, it looks like we're going to be... Oh man, I really wanted to be able to switch back to that. Okay, let's come down to 100 Ks. What happens if we do 0? It's going to reduce us down to 0. I guess we're stuck with this FTB now, guys. Which is not what I wanted. But we'll use it. We'll use it while we've got it, I guess. I was kind of hoping to be able to switch that off. Not too sure how we would do that. Whether there's a way that we can then override it to switch us back to manual control. What would have been ideal really is a switch on the desks to sort of switch that auto mode on or off. Let's just take one more quick look before we get too close where we can't fiddle around with it anymore. What's this one? Okay, that hasn't done anything. I just want to disengage the FTB. I don't think we can do it. I'd be looking for this one really. FTB Ours, I think, which would be manual control. It's not doing anything. Okay, fine. We'll crack on. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. I wonder if that's a bug. It could be. We've got 6 kilometres to go to our stop. So we've got a fairly decent ride along now. Looks like they're stuck there for a moment. Hopefully not on account of us. Let's have a look. Oh, they are moving now by the looks of things. Yep. I wonder if they were stopped when we went by. Okay, let's slow down a little bit more. They might even pass us. We don't want to be slowing down too much, of course, but just to give ourselves a good chance of doing this stop. Actually, no. Let's stick it around about 100 k's. I think sticking at 100 is probably okay for now. We've got to drop to 80 k's in 3.5 kilometers, so yeah, that's probably going to be fine. That train there is just trailing behind a little bit now. I wondered if they were going to catch us up with us dropping down. They're most likely going to be stopping here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, looks like they're making a stop there. Let's not get too caught up in what they're doing, but it'd be fun to see. Oh, and another one coming through. Excellent stuff. Right, there we go. Back to our seat now. 2.6. Yeah, starting to feel a little bit strange about using this FTP controller. Slows down for a station, but it is what it is. 2.2 Ks. I'm going to start to slow. As you can see, it is slowing down pretty well though, so I maybe shouldn't be too nervous overall about this control method here. I think we'll sort of chill out a little bit. We are running behind though, look at that. It's 11:25 now, we were supposed to be here for 11:23. I guess we've been chilling a little bit too much. So we're going to be... we're up on this sort of high section here. We're going to turn here and then come into our station. Which is... yeah, looks like we're on the inside line. And we're going to go pretty much straight into our station next. So we're now coming down to our 80k speed limit. We're already at 80k. And we're soon going to be taking our sort of corner off to the right before going into our station. Alright, a little disappointed we're behind here. Seem like we're making nice progress though. Oh. Okay, let's just bring this down now. Let's not get carried away. Oh, look at that though, guys. I do have to... man. So that gives you an idea of how far away we are. If you're on the station platform, you'd be able to see us approaching now. Right, so we're using this FTP. What's it called? AFB. What was I calling it? FTP. Wow. So we're using the AFB to stop here. Not something I've done before. We do have access to the train brake, I believe. Although it's not actually allowing me to do that now, so maybe it's all about this. Either way, we're going to be using it. We're going to be... let's see if we can slow down a little teeny tiny bit. Let's come down to 10 Ks. Make life easy on ourselves for this stop. Okay. Switch it down to 0. Bit early there, but better safe than sorry type thing. We'll unlock the doors and let's take a look, see how we did. Well, we're well and truly on the platform, and that's a good thing. Look at the size of this station though, guys. Absolutely awesome. I love it, love it. I think we came through here on the scenario video. Although, with it being at night, it was difficult to tell, really. Man, I'm really loving this. It does make me feel like, you know, I wish there was a track builder. So, a game that I would love to play is Transport Fever and Transport Fever 2. I've seen some of the designs on other people's channels, things that they come up with on that game, and it is absolutely fantastic. Is it going to let me lock the doors? There we go. Very cool. So yeah, I'd love to play that game and just design tracks. So let's get ourselves moving. Train does not want to move. Brake is released. Power is what? Okay. Power, yeah, needed to be put to 0 and then all the way back up to 10. There we go. They make an interesting sound, these German trains, when they pull out. Beautiful, beautiful. I love these high-speed intercity trains. I like the French one, the LGV. I like the Southeastern high-speed train. Obviously the Class 43125, which I'll cover in a separate video as well at some point for the London GWR route. Man, look at this. Once again, let's take a look from the outside. Passing over this water scene here. So this is great. We're travelling at 60 kilometres. We could go up to 80 by the speed limit. Yeah, I mean, we've got 1.2 k's before we have to come back down to 60, so it's kind of pointless in a lot of ways. This is fantastic. I'm sorry, this is great. I love this. But yeah, just going back to Transport Fever, I'd love to be able to create routes and be able to play them sort of like, you know, like you're playing the game like it's a bit of a train set really overall. That sort of thing would be great. So we've come from here. We're going down here. We're going to take a long sweeping left into our final stop, which is here. Absolute scenes. Very, very nice. So we've got an amber signal coming up now. We've got a 40 kilometre restriction in 1.7. We're going to be stopping before that. We will start to come down because we've only got 1.5 k's to go, and we certainly don't want to be sort of running any red signals or anything like that. That would be a bit of a disaster, really. So once again, still following this long sweeping left. This would be the section here that would go off this way, which looks fantastic. Look at how many tracks you have there. I wonder if we can get the shunter going on a scenario or two and get into that section, if there is one available for us to do that with. We're coming in here now. We're going about the right speed to be coming into a station platform, to be fair, so I'm not too worried at this stage. As you can see there, we're going over some track, but it doesn't appear to be modelled on the map. I could be wrong. Can't quite see how that would work, but anyway. Right, we've got a red signal coming up as we're crossing over ourselves here. What we'll do is... where do we want to be? 20 k's? We're coming in very slow. And it's no wonder that we're late if we're coming in at this speed, but... we've obviously been fiddling around with cameras all the time. Look at this, guys. So here we are. This looks like the end of our service. We'll see how we've got on. Even though it's morning here and it is quite a light morning, look at how dark this station is on account of this roof. Very beautiful. Very elegant. What we'll do is just ease back on this now. So yeah, we're about 6 minutes late, which isn't ideal, especially for a German service which is known for its efficiency and timekeeping. Our red signal is there, if you can see that. So we're going to be stopping right about now, which is early. It's earlier than what we should be, but better safe than sorry. Done. Right, okay, let's get the doors open. So yeah, great to see with this rush hour content as well, the number of passengers coming off the train. I mean, if you play any of the normal routes now, non-rush hour ones, you'll see that the number of passengers coming off the train and on the platform, generally speaking, it's a very low density. It's kind of shocking when you go back to it now. If we lock the doors here, you see this little step fold in. Quite cool. So there we go. Let's see how we got on. I think we did all right. Gold medal, nice one. That's what we want. I got a little achievement there as well, just for completing one service. But yeah, we were behind quite a lot. So we're about what's that, like 5 minutes late for our first stop, and then 6 minutes late for our second one. But guys, I really hope you've enjoyed the video. If you like this one, please do leave me a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate if you go ahead and do that. And if you want to catch notifications of when my videos go live, please do hit that bell. Otherwise, guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming through and checking out this video. I'll catch you again soon.